Good morning, everybody. Are you wondering about what's going on with microplastics and how they're ending up in your body? My name is Amy. I'm a food educator, author, and speaker, and today we're going to cover a wide variety of that in a short amount of time. So if you're ready, let's get going. If you feel like it, I would love a share, like, or comment of any of my videos or anything that you see come across your feed from any of my pages. That's appreciated. But let's get started. So, microplastics in the gut is where I'm starting this. One of the things I learned in my journey and that I wrote about in my book, The Hidden Consumer, is the impact plastics are having on our bodies. And the impact that I discovered because of my own allergies made me dig deeper into a lot of different areas, like how are microplastics getting into the systems? What people don't realize is we are so dependent as a society on plastics that it is used everywhere. So let's start with some basics. The issues with microplastics in your gut, and I'm going to give you an article here that if you're curious, the link will be in the comments. It's an environmental and health news article based on different research sources. So microplastics in gut health, the biggest issue is, let's say you're eating or drinking something, you've ingested a microplastic, and I'll tell you how it gets there in a second. It's going to get into your gut. Now, we all know our guts are the key to our health, right? We understand that that's like where a lot of things start for us. So if our gut health is bad, we're more than likely going to have other symptoms in our bodies. So it's really important to understand that microplastics, when they get into our body, are showing to be a much more toxic, and they can completely disrupt how our guts are functioning, which can lead to additional disease for us. So the other side of all that information, though, is we've been hearing information over the last few years about microplastics being found in the brain and other organs. And that's because what science knows now is those microplastics can actually hitch a ride and slide through things. So they're getting in your bloodstream. Those bloodstream is dropping things off in your brain and all your other organs. So microplastics are building up throughout your body. In your gut specifically, though, they are disrupting how your gut functions, and it's making it a very toxic situation. It's not, it's becoming a very unhealthy environment for your gut. And if you're not eating the right types of yogurt, which we talked about before, if you're eating yogurt, because I eat yogurt and it's got probiotics, if you're eating ultra processed yogurt, you're not only eating hidden sugars, hidden sodiums, you're also eating microplastics because it's coming in plastic containers. So there's a whole other issue. So that's the start of it. But what people don't understand in all of this is where the plastics are hidden in our day-to-day environment. So if you are someone that, you're like, I'm doing the right thing, I'm using reusable water bottles, and your reusable water bottle is plastic or silicone or something else, you're ingesting microplastics. If you're saying, I'm going to fill up at the water bottle stations that are at public water fountains, you're drinking microplastics. And why? The filters in those water fountains are made from plastic. The same if you have a water filtration system in your home, they're going to be using plastic filters, which means anything that touches your food has to be considered food grade quality, which means it's going to be biodegrading as you use it. This is why plastics filters don't last as long as, like, say, a stainless steel filter. Great example. I have a lovely uh, if you see it through any of my Instagram feeds, I've got this lovely stainless steel kettle, not kettle, coffee pot. It's actually, it's an espresso press. So it's got two stainless steel filters in it that I can, have my coffee. Those stainless steel filters have lasted me a decade. Like, just like my water bottles are stainless steel. They've lasted me over a decade. My husband, who uses plastic water bottles, they're not lasting as long. So not only are we ingesting microplastics and harming our own bodies, we're not helping the environment like we think we are. And that's where a lot of pushback is coming on the environmental side of this, right? We want to do better, but we're using plastics, which isn't really helping. We want to use plastic because it reduces our carbon footprint, but we still end up with plastics in landfills that can't be decomposed. We're ending up with plastics in our bodies that are giving us more medical bills. So, is it really doing what we need it to do? And I don't have an answer on that one, but those are things we need to consider as we move forward into a new era of really understanding um, how and what is a practical use for plastics, or is it like, do we need to stop using plastics given what we know, what we're learning about what it's doing to the ocean, to landfills, to our microbiomes in the soil, but also in our own bodies? So how do we come around that? And that's going to be those are going to be questions we seriously have to answer moving forward if we want to leave a planet that's better for the next generation. Now, one of the things I am doing in my food coaching is these are topics I bring up, and these are topics we're going to talk about. We're going to, because some of the things that happen with microplastics is it causes inflammation. So if you're someone like me who deals with a lot of chronic pain, you're in perimenopause, menopause, you've got other issues like lymphedema, inflammation is a major part of your life, and maybe reducing what you use for plastics can help. Even in your kitchen, you're going to have plastics. So whether it be your spatulas or your spoons you're stirring things with that aren't metal or bamboo, not that bamboo is completely safe. That's another topic for another day. Um, Maybe you're using plastic plates. Maybe whatever you're using that's plastic, you're going to be in some form more than likely ingesting microplastics into your body. So that's one of the things I do with my 90-day programs. Now I did softly launch two more programs this weekend under that umbrella. So take a look at Hidden Consumers Consulting Food Coaching if you are more curious, want to see what I do. Various levels based on, I know what budget is still going to be a major issue here. So prices will not go up till January 16th. So prices are listed until end of day January 15th. So until next time, if you want to learn more about what's on your table, schedule a coaching session with me, and let's get you started for you and your family to have a healthier life moving forward, where you are confident with what you're putting on the table. With that, have a great day, everybody, and enjoy enjoy